The following program is hosted by immature, irreverent, obnoxious, and often disgusting young men. Listener discretion is advised.
This time on Nude Clan, we talk about God of War, but unfortunately not the new God of War because none of us have had time to play it.
Shall we play a game?
Welcome to another episode of Nude Clan. What?
Just hyping up like Joe does. He didn't scream because I distracted him.
Oh.
It worked
Nice.
until just now.
I was wondering, it threw off everything.
Yeah, Joe was just like couldn't figure out what was going on for a second.
I couldn't. You were yanking the headphone amplifier.
I was
towards
clapping
you.
and
Creating a malfunction so that
Yeah.
you distracted Joe. You couldn't concentrate as he rips out chunks.
ADD munch. is
Funny,
like,
I have to concentrate
off
in order
his
to
headset.
scream like an idiot.
Oh, almost got that R word.
I almost dropped the R word. I'm sorry.
So today,
Old habits die hard.
So today we are going to be talking about God of War in light of its new release of the latest self-titles.
So we're just going to talk about God of War as a series and not like a specific game.
Yeah, I'm going to kind of go over a high overview. I don't want to spoil any of it because I know Caleb and I are the only ones that have really played much God of War. Mm-hmm. And I want all of you guys to play it because it's weird because at least Joe is like a big Sony fan, but he hasn't played a single moment of God of War at all. And there are like multiple God of War titles across all the Sony consoles except for PS1.
6 now. Oh, 7?
Maybe.
Well,
And I have a little bit of quiz, a little bit of trivia set up. You guys are probably going to fail desperately at it because it's like based on sales numbers and shit.
Oh, okay.
Oh,
Sales
fuck
numbers I
you.
couldn't do.
Well, the closest wins.
Can't do regular trivia.
How
so
much
let's
of this
do
is going to review a
stuff
God
no
of War
one knows.
review if we ever did a God of War review?
It won't ruin it. It's just a high overview. It's going to be what God of War is based on. It's because it's like steeped.
It's based on.
Well,
Devil
if
May
we talk
Cry.
more about the mythology
we're
of
good
God of
here
War,
now.
I might hold my own a little
Not
bit.
really. It's way better than Devil May Cry. But
No, it's based on it.
no. See, Devil May Cry 3 came out in February of the same year, and this one came out in March. And God of War 3 or God of War is Devil May Cry 3 is the only one that God of War is like combat
No,
wise.
it's pretty close to to Devil May Cry 1.
No, it isn't.
Yeah,
You cannot
alright.
tell me
You
that
can't-
Devil May Cry 1's combat is anywhere
is-
near God of War's.
It is.
Caleb.
It is
A game that comes out only a few months after the game and has
Devil May
similarities does not
Cry
make
is
it a
slower.
copy.
Yeah.
It's
game has been
fucking
developed for a
way
long time.
slower.
But that doesn't mean that it's not exactly the same.
It isn't exactly the same. There's no blocking. It's like not the same setup at all. It's so slow.
It's the same.
And it's subpar, of course. Devil May Cry, but
No, it's not. You try beating that fucking lava spider.
I beat the first game.
Dude, that guy is fucking. He's still a bitch.
The second game is the one I stopped on, which
Yeah,
is
that makes sense.
God of War 2 is a great game, and Devil May Cry 2 is a piece of shit.
Yep, that's true.
I have to say, I was introduced to God of War before I was introduced to Devil May Cry, just because God of War was Schweiss's favorite game and favorite game to rage at. That's where he punched his PlayStation 2 controller.
that makes sense because God of War is both like fucking awesome and insanely angry.
Yeah,
at
let's
everything.
play this hard game on the hardest difficulty and then just gouge my knuckle out of my fucking broken controller that I broke with my fist.
Yeah.
nice. So we'll get into that.
Yeah.
Is this a good time to announce that we aren't doing a vote and we're forcing?
Yeah. Are you
forcing
guys
a
all
game?
cool with that?
We all voted on it. We
Okay,
all
let's
said yeah.
have a vote. Are you guys okay with us forcing God of War?
Yes.
Let's, a
Yes
vote
or no?
for whether or not we force something.
Yeah. Let's let them have some modicum of.
No, they don't get any. We don't get any say. We made this decision before the show started.
Yeah, guys, we're basically just gonna play the new God of War.
We're gonna
Yeah.
play New God of War.
Who's gonna buy it? Caleb, you already bought it, right?
Yeah.
Okay, we'll just. There we
I'll
go.
just.
Nope, you
It's
guys-
a
you
short
guys-
game.
No,
I'll
it's
just.
not.
order
that's what I
right
heard.
now on
Not the
GameFly
new one.
if it's still
the
available.
new one's like, I think it was 20 hours that was quoted.
God damn it. All right. I got to play Vagrant Story first. So if anybody during Vagrant Story wants to beat God of War, feel free.
Yeah, the God of War games aren't short. I think the first one is the shortest one.
Yeah, the first one there's a trophy for beating
Three was
it.
like 12 hours at least.
There's a trophy for beating the first one in under 5 hours, and I beat it in under 4, I think, when I finished it. For the speed run.
I'm fine with it. I think 2 copies among the 4 of us is probably fine.
Nah.
Unless yours is digital.
It is.
Okay, well then.
So
You
the
guys are probably
availability
going to
is
have to buy
low.
1 copy then.
God damn. Okay, me and Cameron have to buy 1 copy.
No, I'm going to rent it. What are you talking
Oh,
about?
you asshole. Come on.
So now Joe has to buy 1 copy.
Abrex says the new one is 25 to 30 hours.
Oh.
So, yeah.
All
Not too
right.
bad.
It's way more than the other ones.
Although, so when would the due date for this one be?
7 weeks from next week.
Yeah.
So 8 weeks from
Do you
now.
think there's a chance that me renting this on GameFly will have it arrive in 1 to 2 weeks?
Yes. if GameFly isn't a piece of shit.
Now.
I
1 to
did,
2?
and it said,
No.
availability
Guys,
was low
God of War
already.
2018 main story is 16 and a half hours on how long to beat.
All right.
The fuck you talking about? Your 25 to 30 hour bullshit.
Is that from one guy who
That's
speed
from-
ran it immediately?
That's for main plus extras is about 30 hours. So I guess to some people who dick around, it'll probably be longer. I bet your time, Schweiss, will probably be longer.
Oh, I'm sure it will. Thank you for following, Cardinal. Hey, we got to change the animation to God of War.
Yeah, we
Yeah.
do.
I forgot to.
So yeah, we're forcing that one. We kind of say it's sort of based because our next vote is our next vote was supposed to be quad game, which means all 4 of us play it based on another medium. And someone on Twitter reminded us, I think it was Skull Hottie maybe, reminded us that it's sort of based on mythology.
Well, I told Craig early in the week that I was going to try to pull that anyway. But now that we're just going to play what we want, it makes it easier.
Yeah. Sorry guys.
I was hoping you would actually just do that because I would vote for it.
Yeah.
It's kind of like at a perfect time, and it's too big of a game to ignore. So we'll have that reviewed at
And honestly,
8 weeks from now.
one of my arguments was going to be that it's based on Norse mythology, and the other argument was going to be that it's based on the first God of War game, which is technically another piece of entertainment.
It's based on itself, but also not.
It's not another form of media.
That's
It's
true.
It's
I guess.
another piece of media.
Well, someone in the chat said it's based off Norse poems.
yeah.
And also,
Like the
Kratos.
Edda.
Kratos was a figure in Greek mythology. So
There you go. Yeah,
don't know about-
loosely based.
I don't know about demons.
I was
but-
gonna nominate the Bruce Lee game, which is like based on a person. So
Which
Yeah,
Bruce Lee
he's a
game?
piece
Enter
of-
the Dragon?
yeah, yeah.
Oh wait, what system
It's
is it on?
bad. Xbox PS2 generation.
Oh man.
It sucks
Yeah.
because this is supposed to be where we play the shit games, but we're just gonna play God of War instead.
That's all right.
It could be shit. I don't know.
No,
I literally don't know
not with
anything.
not with
about
a Metacritic score of like 96. That's
Oh,
it's
that's
just
'cause
not
you-
going to happen.
it. Now you're gonna be disappointed.
No, I
I mean, like, where's my 96 pointer?
Maybe they're gonna blow it. Yeah, maybe it's like the Zelda. They like to blow Kratos now,
oh, I mean,
including as well as
everyone
Link.
likes to blow Kratos.
It's true. Yeah,
There's many games about it.
Wow.
I don't think he gets blown ever. I think he just pounds.
Fastest time was 9 hours and 45 minutes
For the story?
for main story. Yeah.
Wow.
Longest time was 55 hours.
That
But
better be a plat.
yeah, it probably is.
That's
the
a lot
longest
of time.
There's
time on the
already
site.
a plat? That would be
I'm
insanity,
sure
dude.
there
It came
is.
out on the 20th. It's the 22nd now. 2 days to plat?
So I'm excited about this. I've never played a God of War game at all.
This is probably not the best one to start with. 'Cause
Wanted
it's
to,
different. It's not quite like there
Well,
are already 41 plats.
It's not a sequel. It's just called God of War. So there was nothing before it, right? And you know what I was thinking? I think it's about a son, right? So why isn't it
It's-
just called Son of War, which is a great title
Son of
anyway?
War? No,
That's a great title.
no,
That's a great
dude.
title. I'm going to steal Son of War as my own video game title then. Son of War.
Here's what I'm hoping happens. I'm hoping Kratos, once he defeats all of these gods, Norse gods in this trilogy. I hope he goes on to fight like the Egyptian gods, and he just gets older and older.
Oh,
and more
dude, the
bearded.
Egyptian gods. There's so many of them.
Yeah, that'll be like a 20-game series, and like as it goes along, like he
Is that
gets
what it says?
He just gets
Isn't that-
older and older.
yeah.
Isn't that what Assassin's Creed's doing right now, though?
What?
With their whatever the new game is, isn't that more Egypt oriented?
Yeah, it was in Egypt.
Yeah, so I hope they do that, and I hope like his body just gets worse and worse. Like he's weaker and weaker, and his attacks are slower, and his dodge roll is like really slow by the end. And he's got like man tits, like not man tits, but like the man tit flesh.
Nah, dude, I want like a
Man,
super.
tit flesh.
I want like
Yeah.
a super buff 80-year-old Kratos, just like still going.
You can be pretty buff, so I guess as you're older. But it's like Clint Eastwood, like he looks like he has man boobs, but it's really he just doesn't have a shitload of muscle like he used to. And he's like 80, so that's what I hope they do with Kratos. More beard, older, like his vision is shit, and like the attacks, it's like really hard to do anything in the game. It's just this like really trying experience. So hopefully he just kills all of the gods, and then he fights the Christian god, and that's like
Well,
the finale.
if he keeps killing like gods, wouldn't he just like get stronger?
Maybe, I don't know. It doesn't make him immortal.
See, I was saying that his gods should get
Well,
more and
'cause,
more
like-
obscure. Go to like he'll just be by like the 25th reboot of the series. He'll be like on Sioux Indian gods. And,
Well, he can't die too. Like every time he dies, he just like comes back. He like forces his way back.
But it depends on what the area holds. Like he forces his way back in Greek mythology because Hades, is the god of the underworld, and he escapes the underworld multiple times.
Yeah,
But what if
he's-
there is no afterlife? Is he just going to die based on like the
Well,
lore
I mean,
around it?
Isn't
like,
that what
there's
we all think
there's afterlives for the other gods too.
Yeah, there you go. Abrax, Scientology, the Scientology God of War. games.
Xenu and what are the negative force? I don't fucking know.
And it's like in the future, so Kratos has like guns and stuff. He's lived forever and ever and ever. Millions of
Dude,
years.
all I can picture right now is like a weird mashup of Samurai Jack and God of War.
What about Vanquish and God of War? It's like got
Dude, that would
the
be fucking sweet.
same combat, but like also the little mini games where you just kill people.
Oh man.
Yeah. So that's what we're going to be playing. We're going to force God of War upon you all. I am going to try to get the platinum in it as soon as possible. The trophies don't like too crazy, but we will find out, I guess. I don't know. The games before it were pretty damn easy, so I don't think it'll be too bad. But
Okay.
I guess we'll see.
This one's supposed to be kind of like God of War meets The Last of Us.
Yeah.
So
Got the kid character.
Yeah.
Cameron,
So
how
that'll
much
be
is
pretty
GameFly?
GameFly first month for free, and afterwards I think it's like $15.
Oh yeah.
It's 15 to like 22 depending
Hey,
on like or something like that. depending
Kratos
on how many
X
games
is
you
what
take
Jake
out.
says, and then Abrax says final boss is Ron Hubbard.
Oh, Ron Hubbard. Oh my god.
Yeah, he's like really powerful.
Should have to be like a reincarnated L. Ron Hubbard.
Just writing a book a day and throwing it at you.
So facts. When Caleb was telling us that we should all get GameFly and stop, arguing about who's going to get what game, I decided to sit down and look at the GameFly prices. And if we play one new game a month, and we don't intend to keep it for any reason, then definitely makes more sense than having to buy the games outright.
Yeah, I think because you're not gonna
because I want them also.
because you're not gonna fucking buy the game with me, Cameron.
So I have the membership plan of one game or movie out at a time, and it's $15.95 per month.
So you have it?
Yeah. Oh yeah. I used the free thing for our last game that we had to play.
Oh, Digimon? Is that what it
Yeah, Digimon. So I never had to pay for Digimon.
One movie a month.
No, so
Fuck
at a time.
that.
At a time.
Oh, at a time.
Yeah, but I
Is
pay
it a disc
$15.95.
service? Is it
It's a disc
Netflix?
service,
Okay,
yeah.
all right, got
Yeah,
it.
it's Netflix DVD.
All right,
basically.
so that's not a bad. I'm gonna have to get GameFly for this month. I'm gonna have to. 'Cause
Free trial it.
yeah, Cameron still has Far Cry Primal. We both split the price on that one.
You can have it if you want, or we can put it in a giveaway.
Or we can split the price on this game as well and be even. And
How's that even? You're already even.
What do you mean? No, he
Didn't-
has the
didn't
game.
you guys split the
We have
cost
one
for
copy of the game,
here's what you should
and we
do.
both paid 30-something.
You should break the disc in half and give him the other half.
Oh my god!
Be like,
No,
there you go. There's your half.
no, don't do that. Give it to Cameron.
Joe, didn't you guys split the cost for Last Guardian?
Did we?
I thought you guys did.
I
that.
think we did as well. I can't remember, but I don't care. Any game that we split the cost
feel
on,
like-
I'll just donate my half to the show, so you can decide whatever.
I feel
whatever
like
wanna
you
do.
guys just borrowed my copy of that.
Did we?
I think I did. It was
recollection.
the European copy.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't think. We
Oh
did
yeah,
that.
no. Then I ended up having to buy my own. Okay, now it all comes rushing back.
Because you had a separate save for the European and the regular.
So the same fucking game, European copy, I play however many hours into it, and I'm like, okay, well, I need my own copy now. I get, an American copy of the game, and no, the save file doesn't fucking transfer over.
So you just played the European one again, didn't you?
No, and so I had to play my copy and just screw
Oh.
the European to save. Yeah.
Oh, okay. You just it probably it doesn't. The thing about that game is it's not very long.
No.
So once you figure out what you need to do, you can play.
Yeah, you just
blaze
blaze right through it.
So that was. I think I remember you doing that. I think I remember you being like, "Well, I guess I'll start over," and then you like caught up to me in like a few hours as I was just playing naturally.
Yeah, that was when I was living here, wasn't it?
Yeah, closet days. Yeah,
Closet days. Closet boys.
closet boy.
Son of war.
Son of War, Closet Boy.
Yeah. So before we dive into this slight God of War retrospective thing that I have, that it's not really a retrospective because I'm not going to spoil any story at all. What has everybody been playing this week?
Well, Schweiss, I played Vagrant Story. If you want to hear my fucking horror story about Vagrant Story, listen to Ultimate Final Fantasy, the Ultimate Final Fantasy podcast. Fuck. That's all I have to say about
you
that.
had what did you tell me? A 40-minute rant about it.
40 minutes on Ultimate Final Fantasy are dedicated to my experience in Vagrant Story this week. Yes.
Yeah, that sounds like you had some fun there.
No.
Oh,
I actually had some fun, yeah.
you know, some fun.
I played 13 hours of the game,
Okay,
and the game's pretty good.
for those 13
It
hours.
is pretty good, actually. Yeah,
Yeah.
Pretty good.
it's very deep with the combat. It's like surprisingly complex.
Except there are things that happened. Multiple things that happened.
All right,
Two
check
different
that
points
out,
in
I
the
guess.
week. And my life is turning into hell because of this game. Deep,
Well,
dark hell.
It sounds like I can't play Vagrant Story then if you're having problems on my fucking Vita with my fucking copy of the game.
I was fine before then. And I reinstalled it. And there's still problems. I'm sorry.
okay.
Oh yeah, like you were.
It might be okay. It could
I
be
was
the
gonna
save
play it.
file. I don't know what the fuck I did to do what happened. God damn it, guys. Listen to UFF.
Yep.
I wonder if
Let you go.
Joe looks up ways to glitch games online that he knows he's not going to be on time, so he can blame the glitch.
Oh,
Well,
didn't
I mean,
need
he
it on
kind of
time
did
either,
for Alone in the Dark, but we had to know because there was no way to navigate that without running into one of those. It's impossible.
That's true. That's a little bit of a different situation.
So this week I've been playing a little bit of Catherine, some Dragon Quest VII, and some Far Cry 5.
Nice.
Really-
Dragon Quest
really
7?
liking that
Oh,
Far
you
Cry
beat
5.
6? Oh, yeah, that's right.
Yep, I beat 6.
God, when are you guys reviewing that?
Whenever Dylan and Jake beat it.
Oh, you're waiting on them.
I'm way ahead, yeah.
Okay.
I wanted to plow through it because 7, 8, and 9 are like 100-hour games. So, yeah, now is the time to plow 7.
Nice.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay, Cameron.
All right. So this week, Craig forgot to mention that we were getting into Terra,
Oh, yeah.
and we actually have a Terra Nude Guild available now. So if you guys wanted to join the Nude Clan on this new to the console MMO, then you guys are free to join.
Yep.
Addition to that, I played a little bit of Final Fantasy Tactics,
Oh, yeah?
a little bit of Siphon Filter,
Oh,
Nice.
which is actually a lot easier than other games from that time.
Yeah. It's sweet too.
Yeah.
You tried that taser out?
I have not, no.
Oh, dude. Cross the map tasers. It's amazing.
And then I played a little bit of the Mass Effect, just the first Mass Effect.
Oh, yeah.
Then I also played Mad Max because it was one of the free games this month. Yeah. Then I played a little bit of Overwatch, just like a little bit one day. And then what else did I play? There was one more game.
Jeez, man, you went full hog this week.
I just played a little bit of everything this
We'll
week.
know.
We'll
We'll know if
wanted.
he went full hog or if he just
I
went.
just played a little bit of everything. That's all.
Just a little hog.
He went half hog.
Just couldn't decide what I felt like playing.
So you just decided to dip your hog and everything.
Yeah, just a little bit of dip everywhere. I can't think of the other one, so I'm just going to say that's pretty much it for right now.
All right. Well, I played exclusively Vagrant Story. I didn't play a single other game. I have God of War. I have the collector's edition. I got the statue. I got the sweet case.
Fucking sweet statue.
And I haven't opened the game. I haven't put the game in my PlayStation 4 yet because I know when I do, it's going to be all over, and I'm going to have to play that until I'm done. But I don't have time for that, so Vagrant Story. And
I remembered.
that's it, yeah. Fucking
Okay.
What did you remember?
I played PUBG on the mobile for a little bit.
What are you, gay?
I had to try it out, and surprisingly, for a mobile game, it wasn't that bad.
He said he was in the closet earlier.
It wasn't
true.
that bad. And
Did say that.
and Craig, you can use your controller for it too.
plug in your phone.
Yeah.
Yeah. No. So there's a special phone controller. Craig has one.
You have a phone controller.
Yeah. I use it for emulators.
For what?
Emulators.
Emulators. Okay, I thought you said enemy laters. I was like, what the fuck?
Is
Emulators?
that like a boss fight you do when you're taking a shit? Like, I'll deal with this later.
Enemy laters.
This is an enemy for later.
That sentiment is called an enemy later.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, we all know what everybody played this week, but did anybody beat a game?
Nope.
Yeah, I beat Final Fantasy. No, just joking.
I was ready, man. I was surprised.
He says he beat some Final Fantasy. He didn't even say he played.
Final Fantasy X.
I beat Final Fantasy 10.
Nothing for me.
Nope. Okay, well, it's all sad week this week. Both the Calebs are still tied for first place. I am in third place with... they're tied with 8 games. I am in third place with 6 games beaten. And Cameron Wilson with 5 games beaten so far this year. The hog status online, though, is real crazy right now. Just want you guys to know that.
It's been a minute
nutso.
since I put something up there.
Still in third place for movies. I'm not happy about it. I watched a lot of movies this week, too.
You gotta really plow.
Yeah,
Gotta plow.
top 2 games is 55 and 51.
Jeebus.
Jesus Christ. Cameron, they played 10 times as many games as you have this year. 10 times as many games.
I wouldn't feel too bad. Like half of them are like 20-minute games.
I don't think they're 20-minute. There's not that many. It could be 20 minutes.
There's a few in there that were like an hour.
There's a difference between 20 minutes and an hour, Craig.
That's true, but there is a game called I Am Mayo that you can like platinum in like 20 minutes.
I'm tied for 10th place on Audible. That's the highest I come.
That's the highest you went?
yeah,
10th place on Audible.
On anything. Movies, I'm getting absolutely crushed.
It's you and you're working.
I do have 19 movies, though. I don't think that's that bad. I mean, it is April, but...
It's not that bad.
That's not that bad. Okay. Well, I guess that's it for the hog this week. A disappointing hog. Disappointing hog. No one beat anything.
Nope.
Do we got questions?
We do have a question. So we have a question that was kind of asked by 2 people, by Baindrum and Funtamop. Same question. But Baindrum was first, so I'll just read his. It says, well, I saw the game Struck 4 making the rounds on Twitter. I knew I had an obligation. You guys are up, Nude Clan, so make it a question on your show. So the game Struck 4 is basically you pick 4 games that have a lot of meaning to you or like define you as a person.
It's a response to Filmstruck 4.
Yeah.
Which is making the rounds because Filmstruck asked a bunch of famous filmmakers to say their top 4, and they started doing that, and I participated in that and everything.
Yeah, I did the film.
So Game Struck 4 games that define you. I was wondering if these were like your favorite 4 games, or
They don't
like a spread.
what
or,
I've
like,
seen
what they
from
mean
most
for you.
people doing. They haven't necessarily done their favorites, just like ones that like mean a lot to them, like
Meaningful
that,
to you.
like the like ones that you started with.
I was kind of
or stuff like
interpreting
that.
games that you started with that made you like games.
Yeah,
made
Basically.
you
Yeah.
into the game,
Yeah.
man. You are.
I had a
I didn't expect to get that much of a reaction from you on that one,
I'm
Cameron.
tired.
Okay,
So
he's
little
tired,
things.
so it was funny.
so I made it funny.
I kind of had a funny one in mind for like who I am now because of Nude Clan, and it was like it was Alone in the Dark, A New Nightmare, Bounty Hunter, a Parasite Eve 2, and then Hellblade. And,
Oh my
and
God.
Hellblade was because like it's about like mental illness, and then the
Jesus.
3 horrible games I had to play before it.
Okay.
Just the slivering of Caleb's mind.
Yeah,
Just
dude, it's
peeling
like
him back.
fracturing.
I would have to. I got to think about this for a second. Let's see. The one I know is that's going to be on there has got to be Halo Combat Evolved for me. I played
could see that.
so much as a kid. It's not even funny. And made it through my teenage years because I was always a console behind, right? So
Yeah.
360 and PlayStation 3 in full swing. Still playing Halo and Halo 2 all the time. So that's definitely one for me. And I'll kind of keep track of that one. What's one for you?
One for me would be Mega Man X, the first one in the Mega Man X series. It was on the Super Nintendo. It was really a game that like really got me into Mega Man, and I like really love platformers because of it. I mean, I played Mario and stuff before, but like Mega Man really was awesome to me, especially with X. You could get like special armor upgrades and stuff, and then there was a crossover type thing in the original Super Nintendo version where you could get this Hadouken move from Ryu from Street Fighter 2. So there's like a lot of really cool things about Mega Man that I really love, and it started all because of Mega Man X.
Cameron?
This is gonna be hard.
We're just picking one as we
Yeah.
go around.
So I'm gonna have to say the original Mortal Kombat on the Sega Genesis. That was probably one of like, the first, because that the Sega Genesis was like my first console that was mine, even though it was super old by that time. And Mortal Kombat on that was just another level. So I'm gonna have to go with that one.
I'm considering Mortal Kombat. I'll figure it out.
Let's see. So it's important to you, right?
Yeah. It defines you, whatever that definition is to you.
Shit. I don't know. I would probably do a similar pick to Caleb's, except for I don't play Mega Man. So I'm gonna go Spyro 2, Ripto's Rage.
Spyro is a good one.
I played the shit out of that. I actually 100%ed that game. I think I got over 100%, actually. I got every single gem in the game. I got all the boss fights, all the secrets, everything that exists. That kind of got me into kind of platformer adventure games.
Right.
And that was one of the first games that I like played a lot of. So I think that's a pretty good one. It wasn't... I played a lot of Rayman when I was younger. That game's a bitch, and I never really got very far in it. I played a lot of Dr. Mario and stuff like that. But when I played Spyro, that's when I really got into gaming as a whole. Like, I played games before that, and it was just kind of like every once in a while I'd play a bunch of Sonic, or I'd play like Snake and stuff like that. But then Spyro, I got into what is gaming now for me at that time. So that's kind of like the first real entry.
Right.
Okay. My second pick, and you guys got to know this. There has to be one Final Fantasy in my Game Struck 4, right?
Right.
It's going to be the Final Fantasy that got me into Final Fantasy that I've played multiple times. Despite having a love-hate relationship with it now, I think it's an extremely important game to me as far as my gaming life is concerned, and I would say Final Fantasy VIII.
I knew that was you were going to pick.
I didn't realize games could tell a story until that game. And frankly, it's still, I mean, for at least that era, it's still one of the better ones, despite it having, obviously, narrative flaws. We have discussed
Many narrative
at
flaws.
length on Ultima Final Fantasy, but
Yep.
I still love that game, despite it not being necessarily a perfect game. So yeah, Final Fantasy VIII for me.
All right,
It's also how I met you.
it's
You
true.
asshole.
It's true. It is.
And then he just goes bitches about Final Fantasy on this podcast forever.
Yep.
It's like our friendship means nothing.
Wait, you met Caleb because of Final Fantasy?
I had
And a Final Fantasy Netflix.
So
I
Caleb,
had the Griever necklace.
so Caleb
Oh,
borrowed Final Fantasy from me. So I
remember those
am
days,
the reason why Joe is in my life. So I did it to myself.
No
is
way.
What you're telling me right now. Because this asshole, this fat piece of shit, told me that Zelda was better than Final Fantasy, and he had never played a Final Fantasy. And I know he thinks that now, and now I can respect it. Because I haven't really played very much Zelda, so I can't really say shit. But I was like, no, dude. Take these two, 7 and 8, and then I let you borrow Tactics later, which, of course, you probably played a million hours of.
I did. Yeah.
So I made you meet Joe from your necklace that you bought from a game that you don't even really like that much.
I remember
And there are other things you do in life that are based on
the
a game that you also don't really like that much, which I've always questioned, but I can't bring up here for reasons that we all know, but they can't possibly know.
now I'm confused.
I'm confused too.
Oh.
and I'm like, Caleb, just change it. Anyway, yeah, great stuff though. So yeah, I caused
That's right.
caused Joe to come into existence, as far as I am concerned.
To Final Fantasy. Oh wait, to existence in your life.
Yeah,
Okay, I probably have a much better life. if I
the
didn't
great
meet you
calamity.
And then it's just weird. As a side note, Joe and I just had a math class together. So even though I hung out with
did
Clint
have
all
a
the time,
people. That was the ultimate math class. Made a lot of friends in that class. You weren't one of them.
no, you're too busy just
No.
drooling over a girl in the class.
Oh yeah.
So yeah,
Still drooling over her all these years later, like a loser.
My second pick would be Street Fighter 2. It was the first game that I bought myself with my own money for the Super Nintendo when I was a kid. It's also the game that really got me into fighting games. I play it like nonstop with my brother and a few other friends that I had. So it just was like my game. Like I got really good, and I love it.
Awesome.
Yeah.
So I'm gonna have to say my next game. This is not the first Call of Duty game I played, but it's kind of where the Nude Clan started. It's Call of Duty World at War, and that's where we started to really getting into competitive shooters and forming a clan and playing together. And then afterwards, we had great titles like Modern Warfare 1 and 2 that we really just, we were just solid in those games. But it all started with our love of Call of Duty World at War.
Yeah, the funny thing is I never actually played Modern Warfare at all. I just had World at War when it was old, and then I got Modern Warfare 2. And I, of course, spanked everybody at the competition night for a game I never played the first one of. But, yeah, that's a good pick. That's a lot of important memories. I'm going to go with Resident Evil Outbreak as my
I knew that was
second
coming for
choice.
you.
So for a little while, I wasn't necessarily living in a home. I was living in a building with a lot of other people. And one thing that I did, I had this sweet side business. I was like 15, right? And I bought. Okay, so this is really awful. I bought people's food stamps for half price. I gave them half the money that they're worth, and they gave them to me. And I bought soda.
Because they wanted cash.
Of course, yeah, they want cash
Yeah.
for their drugs. I don't give a shit about that, right?
Yeah.
And then I bought a shitload of sodas, and I sold the sodas during the summer. And I made a lot of money doing this. It was like ridiculous. Not what I'm making now, obviously, but pretty solid amount of money for 50 cents a pop, right? And then I was like, I saw Resident Evil Outbreak, and I was like, dude, this game looks amazing. It's like all these scenarios. There's like all these characters on the cover of it. I like imagined who my favorite character would be, and it was totally David. I was like, this guy looks awesome. He's like this grease monkey dude. He has wrenches. He can make items. Like I would look through the booklet and like read up on the characters and shit. And I was like, I'm going to get this fucking game one of these days. I am going to get this game. And then in one of my finer moments in life, I realized that, you know what? There are a lot of quarters at the bottom of this fucking fountain that people have just tossed in. I'm getting these fucking quarters. So I got a bunch of quarters out of this fountain, fucking going in there, earning my keep, and I bought Resident Evil Outbreak from that. And I love it. I think it's great. It's so flawed. It has so many fucking problems. It's super. The loading time is like painful. It's so bad. But I went out and I bought a PlayStation 2 HDD drive to attach to the PS2, but I don't have a compatible hard drive for it because you have to get like an old one because it's an old piece of hardware, so it's like only compatible with certain ones. So I still have one more piece of the component to make the loading time semi-manageable, I believe, is what the internet's telling me. I don't know how much better it's going to be, but it can't get any worse. So hopefully I'll have that happen. And I try to return to that game every Halloween and play like a level or two. And I hadn't done it for, I think I missed the year before last, but last Halloween I totally did play it. I was playing Burnout Revenge and I turned it off for like 30 minutes and I played through the first mission on medium difficulty, I think.
Yeah, I've seen you play that game. The loading times are disgusting. It was like almost 2 minutes for you to go between like rooms at one point.
It's not that bad, but it is that bad to get into the match. Like, because there's the cutscenes, and when you skip the cutscene, it's like, oh my god, okay, now I gotta wait for the loading screen. No, you wait for the loading screen to load the cutscene, then you skip the cutscene, and then you wait for the loading screen to load the next thing, and it's just like, yeah, it's rough, but I really enjoy it. I think it's a fun game, and it's got like this mechanic in it where there are like hidden items, and they don't actually exist. There's no physical manifestation of the item. You just have to kind of guess and press X on certain locations, like. You'll see, like, oh, someone cut their hair here. And, like, you can press X and it's like, SP item, scissors. Will you take it? And, like, you grab all these items and you could buy alternate costumes for the characters. And, like, they give you more points for the level to unlock stuff. And, like, it's just really fun. And it's got a bunch of levels from old Resident Evil games. So it's kind of like a scenario-style game.
Right.
Where you play, like, oh, this is the hospital level from Resident Evil 3. Oh, this is the hotel level from Resident Evil 2 or whatever. Like, I can't remember exactly which ones come from where, but and the last level in the game is like this 2-hour excursion where it's just like Resident Evil 1, just a big fucking mansion with a ton of weird shit going on. And so yeah, I fucking love that. And I was gonna nominate that for this.
Yeah, I remember joking with you that if like they ever did like an HD update of that game where you could play online, that we'd never see you again.
Yeah, if there was, yeah. And they need to HD remaster. I don't know why they haven't. The loading time would be like instant. It'd be crisp. It'd be perfection. Yeah.
So I got another one for you. This is kind of off kilter. I feel like I've been kind of going back and forth on a few of them. Right in the last few minutes, I was like, shit, I would love to put Mortal Kombat on here, but I never got into Mortal Kombat enough to be good at it. So and I kind of had this
to destroy my brother every time we played. So
yeah,
that's good enough for me.
And I would say like a big chunk of my life has been playing games with friends, and it would usually be either Halo or Mortal Kombat. It's like Halo kind of covers that Mortal Kombat thing too, and it also sort of covers like League of Legends and shit, just in the way that it works, like its function in my life. But here's the next one.
I'm way nicer to you when we play Halo, though, I'll tell you that.
The next one is Roller Coaster Tycoon. Because this is the game and the type of game that I play on my own for fun, sink tons of hours into, and have never regretted, because it's just a fantastic mindless tycoon experience.
Right.
Maybe not completely mindless. There's a lot of exploring and stuff, but it's all for me.
Right.
That's all it is. And so in that respect, I think I love Final Fantasy games because they tell stories, Halo games because of all the fun I've had with friends, and then Roller Coaster Tycoon is fun for me.
Yeah.
And my obsession with tycoon games since then, even Civilization.
Yeah, same kind of thing. Yeah.
It all kind of goes into that category. And the first one that really struck it for me, I had Zoo Tycoon first, but Zoo Tycoon's not as good of a game as Roller Coaster Tycoon is.
Yeah.
The one that like really hit was Roller Coaster Tycoon, the original Roller Coaster Tycoon. It's just a fan-fucking-tastic game.
Roller Coaster Tycoon 3, I had these friends growing up, and they were kids of my mom's friend from like high school. And their dad was like one of those dudes. He's like a conspiracy theory guy. He like sits at home all day and he builds computers and plays D&D like it's going out of style.
My favorite guy.
Yeah, he had Roller Coaster Tycoon 3, and I was like obsessed with that fucking game. I was like, oh my god, like you can adjust prices, and like you can build your park, and there's like levels, and like
It's a great game.
all these things, and like that was what made me build my PC in the end. I was remembering like wanting a PC so goddamn bad that could play Roller Coaster Tycoon 3, and I would always ask him like, well, would this graphics card, like would this play Roller Coaster Tycoon 3? He's like, yeah, I would play it so totally. And
Pretty
I would
much
go to
any computer you have.
yeah, and
will play
then,
Roller Coaster Tycoon 3.
now I realize I'm like, the game's kind of shitty. Like, yeah, that was years ago, but his computer could probably play like 7 Roller Coaster Tycoon 3s going at once, you know. But that was that was a big deal, and that's why I wanted a PC so bad, is because of that. Just the idea of suddenly charging people for a bathroom as they're in line to go. I'm like, what are you gonna do?
Or purposefully trying to break your roller coaster so that people die.
Yeah, so that they or like launching
Which
them into the
I don't think you do in Roller Coaster Tycoon 3, but you could do it in the first one.
Yeah, 1 and 2. I know you could do it in 2, where you could like, and there's like a competition mode where you have to compete against other parks, and you could send them into the other park and they die there, so their ratings go down because of you. You like sabotage by killing them outside of your own borders. Yeah, it's great.
Yeah.
Oh man,
What's your next one, Craig?
My next one would probably be somewhat of a mirror to yours. It's SimCity 2000. I remember playing that game a lot. Like in I think it was junior high. We had like a computer class, and like we'd always just like play that in our downtime. That and like Sim Ant. You remember
Sim
that?
Ant?
Yeah.
I always wanted it, but I never played it.
Fucking Sim Ant, dude. Like, I remember Sim Ant, but yeah, SimCity 2000 was like the one that I really
did you kill
put a
all
lot
the
of
red
time in.
ants? Is that like like
That
the red
dude,
and the black
yeah, you
ants?
do fight like red ants, and they're assholes.
Nice.
But yeah, SimCity 2000, like, I love building the cities. I love like managing everything. I mean, like it kind of like it's one of the biggest reasons I like keep buying SimCity, like the newest one. And like I made that the rich utopia where I like tax the fuck out of the poor so that like my rich people could live in peace. Put like police everywhere so that like there was no crime or homeless people. Like it was a utopia for the rich, and I love it.
Oh
And
my God.
I love doing shit like that. in
SimCity 2000,
SimCity.
yeah, I've played that quite a bit.
Yeah, and SimCity 2000 was like really where I got into
Actually, I
SimCity.
think I probably played 3000 more than 2000.
Yeah, 2000 for me was like the
I
big
think 2000, I got 2000. It didn't work on my computer back in the
It
day.
sucks.
Yeah, my Windows 98 thing that we had way through Windows XP years. That was nice. That was really, just loved being behind on technology all the time when I was a teenager. It was great. It was great.
Yeah, SimCity 2000 also really got me into like other PC games. Like played a little bit of the first Diablo and Warcraft and like Starcraft. You know, like everything, and then like eventually Civilization, stuff like that. So yeah, SimCity was a big one for me.
Cameron?
I would have to say, even though I was never really good at it, growing up, I used to love to play Age of Empires 2. So
you bitch.
I would go to my my uncle's house for every now and then that's all I wanted to do when I was there, is play Age of Empires 2 and just play through the campaign on it. Just that real-time strategy and commanding armies and whatnot. That was just real fun.
Yeah, I can't believe how much I sucked balls at that game. It's against Caleb, especially. Dwayne was sick.
Dwayne is a
Dwayne's-
monster.
Dwayne's horribly good at that. I hate it. He's such an asshole too. I almost wiped him out one time, and he still came back and killed me. I'm like, Jesus. He's like, yeah. He was talking to me years later, and he's like, yeah, you know, there was one time where you almost killed me. You guys almost had me, but I had like 10 villagers. And I was like, wait, you still won though, right? He's like, yeah, I still won. I'm like, Jesus Christ.
Yeah, dude, we destroyed like everything, but he had like 10 villagers left.
Shambles.
And then he just like went, and he did the thing that I do where I like turtle off and like go somewhere else. He just fucking built back up and then fucked us.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah, so Age of Empires 2.
That's impressive.
All right. You got anything more to add? No?
Oh, no.
I'm going to do Age of Empires 1, because I played a lot.
Oh, yeah.
I can't do the same one.
I was going to do 2, but you know what? I played a shitload of Age of Empires 1. My mom was really into that game. And, like, seriously, I would just watch her play it for, like, hours. And I'd be like, man, this fucking game is sweet. Like, oh, you could just build these little huts and, like, you upgrade. You can And I was obsessed with the idea of like the foraging and like the economy side of it. That's what I've always been obsessed with in those games. Like there was this one time I had this art project for like American Civ class or Utah Civilizations, and I was like, yes, I want to make like Age of Empires. And so I had like a little chunk of dudes farming, like some dudes mining gold. Like there was probably not any of that happening in the in the fucking Ute tribe, the mining gold especially. They don't give a shit about that. But it was like because of this obsession with this fucking game. I had never seen anything like it before. I had seen Warcraft years and years before, but I only played it like in passing and stuff like that. And I never played StarCraft up to this point. So it was always like Age of Empires. And I didn't like the idea of StarCraft, and I still kind of don't as much because I like the fact that it's humans and like it's people and you're building up the civilization and like it's ancient times, and I can fight elephants and I can kite them so that like I get a group of like 7 guys to go kill this elephant, and the elephant will kill you if you do not be careful, right? So like I'll make the one guy in the front attack the elephant first, so the elephant will come after him, and then like I'll run that guy around, and like the whole time he's just getting peppered by other dudes, and then suddenly he'll like switch to another guy, and I'll grab that guy and like pull him around. It's like I'll kill elephants when I should totally not be able to kill fucking elephants in the game, and like.
But you were eating the elephant one at a time.
Oh, yeah.
One bite at a time, yeah.
That's right. And I made a Helm's Deep map, a Helm's Deep battle where it was nothing but like, it was just, and it was thousands of dudes, and it was just this fucking bloodbath. And I would just watch it and see what happened. Like, and my computer was so bad that it couldn't render all of the animations. So like the first 1,000 or 2,000 kills, it would just be like a 1 frame per second ordeal because there's just too much going on for the computer to handle. And then once everybody started getting wiped out and annihilated by the archers, then it like suddenly like became a full scale like thing when they just start like routing them and surrounding them and just picking them off. But so much time spent on like building maps and like making maps that were really, really fun to play with like clever little designs and like, oh man. Yeah, Age of Empires 1 was like the shit for me. Like I got so into that shit. I was gonna make a website where I sold like my pre-made maps online and shit. I never did that, but I wanted to so bad. And I played around with all the mods, all the cheats. There was one that you could like archers would like turn into trees when they would stand still. That one I had a lot of fun with. I just have like a bunch of trees over in this area, and then suddenly they'd become archers and start killing people. But yeah, so good. Began it all.
Okay, my point and click and kill things wasn't League of Legends, wasn't even Dota with Warcraft 3. I think, and I guess it started before this game, but because I played the original Warcraft when I was a little kid,
Right.
at like a friend's house quite a bit. But Diablo 2, when that came into my life, now I never beat it until we did this show. But I always would start it and play it and have fun and think it's the greatest game ever. And then the game got too hard for me at some point. But that game is probably the best version of the point-and-click games that I've had with my friends. So that game, turned into Warcraft 3 and stuff like that. But I always thought Diablo 2 was the best one and the game I always wanted to beat. And I'm glad I beat it for this show. All 3 of the Diablos are great.
Yeah.
But Diablo 2 is by far
easily the best
one, and it's also the one that I played the most. So I think Diablo 2 kind of covers all the other like point and click Blizzardy type games that I've been obsessed with as well. So that's my 4th game struck 4. There's no such thing as game struck. But go ahead, Craig.
My last one would be another Capcom game because I've already had 2. It's Devil May Cry 3.
You bring this up here.
Thank you.
I could pick the first one, but Devil May Cry 3 is the one that I really got into. I got really good at it up to the point where I was playing it on like the hardest difficulty. And I had like the special edition one, and there was like the cheats where you could unlock Virgil early and then have all the costumes and shit.
Yeah,
and you could do like the unlimited Devil Trigger mode, which was always fucking sweet to do. And then it had like crazy awesome weapons where like Dante has like an electric guitar that shoots like bats and shit.
Yeah, I remember that.
Yeah, it was fucking sweet, and I loved all the different stuff about Devil May Cry, and it like really got me into like hack and slash stuff, and you could choose different styles. And Devil Devil May Cry 3 is like really great. And like you'd go for style points in that game more than like anything, and like so it like builds up style the more you like chain combos and do shit. And the boss fights are always fun and memorable. I always loved Devil May Cry because of that. Yeah.
All right, so for my fourth game, I can't decide between two different games. I might
Yeah,
just
what do
have
you
to
got?
go with
What two
Metroid.
games?
So Metroid Prime for the GameCube and Halo Combat Evolved.
Oh, the answer is Halo.
Yeah,
Halo Combat Evolved, especially the first game story is like the campaign is so good.
So I got my Xbox like well into the Xbox 2 territory.
Yeah.
And I remember way back in the day when I was just a kid inside GameStop in the Provo Town Center, and then they had Halo Combat Evolved on the display that they could go play. And so I went over there as a kid, and I'm playing around. I'm like on just like very first level. I'm on the beaches already because someone had already played it that far. And then I'm just messing around with this warthog. I'm running over aliens. I'm like, whoa, you can flip over the warthog after it's been turned over. And I was like, so amazed.
You know
at
what I
this
really
game.
want to fucking play right
And
now?
so years later, when I finally get,
Medal of Honor,
get my
European
Xbox,
Assault.
and then from there, it's just like, I got beat through the campaign. Then my friends were playing it. We had all those fun little party games we would do, playing on against each other. Yeah, Halo Combat Evolved.
Yeah.
I can't tell you how many hours I played on Blood Gulch just
Yeah.
figuring out what the fuck you can do with the vehicles. Just
Yeah.
like flipping shit over, like getting your tank up against the red
Sitting and shoot,
red base and just like
I remember you could get your tank up against the base, and you can drive a ghost over it and hit the boost just right, and then end up on top of the canyon.
Yep.
Yeah.
You could do that in the snow level as well. There was
Yeah.
there was a place where
Yeah.
you could like get the tank up and just like, and then you can shoot at people from below. But of course, in reality, you would never have time to get that tank up before you were shot.
Yeah.
But yeah,
Yeah.
that's what most of my time is.
I had the Halo demo, and we would. This is one of the. So I had this class with this teacher, and we never did anything in this class. Like it was the AutoCAD class, so like the assignment would take us like 3 minutes if we did it. And the big thing for a very long time in this class and in my electronics class was Halo. And we had like 5 USB drives. A bunch of us went out and bought some drives, and we installed the demo. And we had the teacher's aide was in on it too. And for a while, like we got the teacher's aide like while we were doing class, because we'd have like lab for the last 40 minutes. The teacher's aide would go out and turn on all the computers and install Halo Combat Evolved's demo, because it was a lot smaller, so we could get it in there in time, and we would install it, and then we would just go out there and we'd all play fucking Halo for like 30 minutes of class.
Nice.
And that was in Springville. Or no, it was Provo. And then we also had Hanson's class where we would do Age of Empires 2, same thing, but we would do it the entire class. I would come in between my break of my previous class and then this class, and like there would be like 5 of us in there just installing it on everybody's computer, and it was always the demos. We knew like every piece of the map, like we had every bit of that shit down. Like if you're over here, you know what's there, you know what resources you have, you know where you need to go, all of that. It was fucking beautiful. And Halo 1, one thing I got obsessed with was because in the demo it gives you the silent cartographer level. And that's the one where you have like a bunch of Marines. And what I got obsessed with was like seeing who would live. I would like get a car full of Marines, and I would jump out of the Warhawk and drive it off a cliff and like see which Marine would survive. And it'd be like this weird Marine elimination challenge, and like who would live longest before they got like splattered on the ground below them.
So your fourth one, is that your fourth one?
No, fuck
Oh,
no.
okay, all right. You were just responding. Go ahead.
It's
Halo
just great.
demo, yes.
There are too many. Resident Evil 4. You know what's funny about Resi 4 though, and Devil May Cry 3, Craig? At the same time that I was doing my Outbreak stuff, when I was there, it was so much gaming time. It was the summer, so I had nothing to do, no school.
Right.
One of the guys that I met, he had Devil May Cry 3 and Resident Evil 4. And I saw him play Resident Evil 4, and I was like, this looks awesome. And then he loans me Devil May Cry 3, and I play it for like 30 minutes, and I was like, no, dude, I want to play that. I want to play Resident Evil 4. So I've only played like maybe an hour of Devil May Cry 3 because of Resident Evil 4. But I can't put that one on there because I already put Outbreak. So I'm gonna go with The Sims for my last one.
Nice. Okay.
Another management simulation game. I put so many hours into The Sims as well. It's another one that I think I think Cody and I, we all played that. Like me, Cody, and Zach, my old buddies. We played a shitload of The Sims. And I would get so obsessed with just making my character like super buff and super strong and super great at everything. And then I got crazy with it because there's like a move objects on cheat that you can use, and I would start doing weird stuff. Like I got tired of getting bills, so like what I did was I removed my mailbox. I like deleted the mailbox from the game. The bad part was that there were bills in there already. So like the guy who comes back and like collects, he comes into your house and he'll just take something, right? And I was like, nope, I'll just delete the door so he can't take anything. And then he like walks up and he goes to the wall like next to my TV and he like pulls out a tractor beam and he just like fucking tractor beams the television out of my home and he just steals it. Shit like that. I trapped the paper girl one time in like a closet up in my room. I built like
this
an
in the
attic.
game.
Yeah, in the and like because I was like, God, I hate the whistling she does because it's like this annoying little whistle. And like I trapped her and she glitched like bad. Like she was not there, but she was always there. Like I could hear her whistle forever. It was like I killed the paper girl and now she's haunting me with her fucking whistle.
Oh my god.
I did that, and then oh man, there was one time that I had a game and I kept getting stolen from. Like this thief would always visit me, and I'm like, Jesus Christ, I can't get ahead because I can't keep anything nice to make my sim happy and like take care of this motherfucker. So what I did is like I got rid of everything in my house except for my toilet, and I took a shit in it and I didn't flush it. And he fucking stole it because like they walk in and he like picks the toilet full of shit up and he stuffs it in his sack and he leaves. And I'm like, "Fuck you, thief! Fuck you!" So it's just I spent so much time doing like crazy shit in that game. Building a house that's like one tiny little room with like a fireplace, and then like putting a couch in front of the fireplace and like seeing if the sim lives or not. Like all sorts of cool like ant under the fucking. Magnifying glass type of shit going on.
Wow.
Yeah, it's so many good memories of playing The Sims and The Sims Unleashed. Like they're all great. It's just a lot of fun.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. Well, I think that's good for the question.
Yep.
It's half the episode, right? More than half the episode. We're
I was
at
just
an hour.
wondering, when's the last time you booted up our Sims, Craig?
It was like a month ago.
How are we doing? Who's doing what?
Basically the same. Schweiss still trying to take over the mailroom. Joe is still writing books and staring creepily at Cam while he sleeps.
Oh god, that's too true.
Cam just like goes to work and does nothing.
Waiting
And
for him to
then gets really mad that he never does anything fun, even though I keep telling him to do something fun. And then
This is unusually close to real life.
yeah. And then my guy will just do the same shit. Like, and then fucking Joe will also just like, if he's not staring at Cam while Cam's asleep, then he'll just like be staring at himself in the bathroom mirror.
Does he have
I literally can't get them to do anything else.
Does he have the zipper shirt though?
What's your guy? What's your guy doing?
It's the only shirt that fits me right now.
Zipper shirt.
It's no muffin top. Fuck you.
No, that's what it's for. When you get the extra muffin top, you unzip
okay.
it, and that way you just hang out. It's
the reason I'm wearing the shirt is because it fits me.
Oh, are you wearing it right now?
Yeah.
Oh my god, I didn't realize that.
I'm wearing the zipper shirt.
It's the equivalent of like at a all you can eat buffet, like unbuckling your
you
belt.
just like zip
You
up
just
the sides
unzip
so you
it,
have
yeah.
like more room.
Yeah, zip it
Do you
up.
want to
so you can-
explain what the fuck you mean?
So Joe, for a while, he got into like these clothing things because he wanted to be more fashionable, I guess.
No, I still do, but I fucking
now
gained
you
weight,
don't have,
and now
and
I
you're
can't.
poor.
I can't wear the shirts I bought.
So he had a lot of money, and he tried what, the 5-4 Club? Is that what it was? Or?
I did actually. That was a long time ago. I tried the 5-4 Club. So
Yeah, and they send you clothes. You guys know how it works. They send you clothes. You decide to if you want to keep it or not.
but their XL is actually an L.
yeah.
So just FYI, if you're ever going to try the 5-4 Club, these sizes are small. They run real small. So I would buy XL and like nothing fits.
I wonder if
That's
it was
why
a-
I stopped.
If it was a
using
poor
it.
attempt at making you feel better about yourself.
No.
But then it's like worse because you're like, oh, great, now I'm a double X. You fucking
No.
asshole.
It just makes people who are slightly overweight just feel so much more shitty about themselves.
Yeah, that's
just-
all it does. It's like, oh, XL? Yeah, you're fat. You're too fat for XL. And I was like, God damn.
You have to be an appropriate size to use
Yeah.
this service.
I still feel like the Hispanic version of that is worse. Grande, like it just, I don't know, it just sounds like Grand Canyon. I'm like, Jesus, that's rude. And like large is not really big. Like it's just, you could just have a long torso and you have to wear a large, even though you're a skinny bastard. Like it's
can't.
Grande. I just
Anyway, this is
it
one of
hurts.
the shirts that actually fit.
Yeah. So that's the
Yeah.
one of the ones he kept, and I've just given him shit about it because it has like 2 zippers that are
I
about
don't like this
6
shirt,
inches. I don't either.
but it fits me. And it's my only one. Where
Well, I
if
mean, it just looks like a regular
if I
black
gain-
T-shirt
Until you
outside of
see
the
the
zippers on the
zippers, yeah.
side.
the zippers are on the side of the shirt.
It's. I don't understand if it's design. I think it's.
they work too. You just zip.
Yeah, you can
unzip
unzip and zip. They're functioning.
Dude, it's totally got to be like the Thanksgiving tea.
Yeah,
like show this to the Twitch guys.
yeah. It's a zipper on the side of the shirt, and I
You
was like, Joe, what the fuck are you wearing?
can unzip the sides of the shirt up to the height of his belly button. I just it's just
For some air. I don't know what the fuck it is.
Yeah, I need some circulation down there. And I've seen Craig wear his shirts like that, like where his stomach is like protruding out of the top. So maybe that's what it is. Maybe it's like a, if your pants are a little too tight and you're kind of fat, you got that sweet muffin top, and now you can
Yeah,
wear
you
it
can
with
show
pride.
everybody
Yeah,
your
you can
love
show
handles.
it, yeah. Show it and be proud. Here's your zipper.
Oh my god.
Whip it out.
Be proud to muffin top.
Yeah, I guess. I don't know. But yeah, that's all I imagine it is. It's just a fucking muffin top.
Well, muffin tops are the best part of the muffin.
That is true. They are the best part of the muffin. There's a muffin top cereal that is
where all the
actually quite
flavor is.
tasty. That's where all the fun happens.
That's just not accurate.
no. It's where all the flavor is.
Oh. That's where I get all my sugar. Yeah, so good stuff. Yeah.
All right. You want to talk about God of War?
Yeah, sure. Let's talk about God of War for
Let's go talk about that now.
You can talk about another game that no one was defined by.
That's right.
Yeah.
I am surprised that you didn't pick God of War.
Well, I picked ones that like formed my tastes.
Yeah.
Although God of War, I guess I could have picked that.
I
Yes, it
mean,
did.
that's kind of why I picked Don't May Cry, because like all the hack and slash games are my favorite kind of type thing. So
Yeah. So anyway, God of War. So God of War is an action adventure hack and slash series. The series was originally created by David Jaffe, I think is how you say it, at Sony's what studio?
Santa Monica.
Yes, Santa Monica. Okay.
Okay.
And is steeped in Greek
No
mythology.
prizes?
Nope, he's not.
It's just Hog. It's just Hog.
He's not like you, Joe.
How about this? I'll buy
I
the
see
person
there's
to
like
take it to
I see there's like
Rampage.
fucking 5 2-liters over there. I mean, those could be prizes, right?
Yeah, you know what? I'll give you a 2-liter of your choice. It's like I'm like Khal Drogo, where he gives away a horse, and it's like the biggest honor. My 2 liters are my prized possessions now. So whoever wins gets a 2-liter. But it's
right.
probably going to be Craig, although
I'm already one up on you guys.
there are questions about sales. So Caleb might not know anything about that.
Sale.
So the series has become a flagship title for the PlayStation and features how many games across multiple platforms?
7.
Okay, Craig.
Come on,
7.
asshole.
It's 7.
Yeah, 7.
Well, nobody wins because it's actually 8.
What?
There's a
Answered
mobile
it
game.
first.
Oh, fuck you in the mobile game.
What is?
How is there a mobile game?
I
I never
don't-
heard about that.
One is released for mobile phones that I have not even touched. So the series has sold over how many million copies worldwide, not including the
As a
newest release?
series?
Yeah.
50.
Okay.
55.
100.
Okay, you guys are nowhere near. It's 21.65 million.
So I got closest.
So Joe is closest. That's why I knew it was going to be a fight, because The thing is Final Fantasy has sold 120 plus million, but there aren't really very many that have. And this game only has 8 fucking games. Or the series only has 8, and one of them was on a phone.
Me and Craig are tied. I just want you to know that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What is the lowest rated God of War game? Like the lowest Metacritic?
Chains of Olympus.
Chains Olympus has to be.
I don't think the mobile one has a score.
No, the mobile one is not scored.
Okay.
That one probably would be the worst one, though, I'm pretty
probably
sure.
Ghosts of Sparta.
None of you got it. It was actually God of War Ascension.
Oh, okay.
That's the
Yeah.
lowest. Ghost of Sparta is pretty close.
Still tied, Craig.
Closely followed by the Ghost of Sparta that was released for... I guess the God of War 3 remaster is close to it as well, but that I didn't count that.
Why was the remaster not?
It was probably kind of glitchy. Caleb said he had problems.
Yeah, with the God of War 3's remaster has a couple glitches in it. I sent you. Didn't you guys see that tweet I had? Or like,
Yes.
he was like on the edge and he was like making noises and it was like,
It was the bounty hunter glitch, is what it was.
kind of yeah.
You get
know, it's
stuck
like
on
on
the
the
edge of
edge
that.
and he was like just vibrating.
So the self-titled first game was released when?
2007.
I'm going to go with an 06.
Oh, shit. Fuck. Okay.
Yeah, 2006 sounds right.
Well, what day in 2006?
April.
Oh, you fucks.
No.
April
May
19th.
May 21st,
March.
2006.
Craig is closest. It's March 22nd, 2005. So you had the month. They release them mostly in March, I'll say that.
Okay, Craig,
and
you're one up.
That's right, bitch.
Asshole.
yeah, for the PlayStation 2, and it ended up selling how many million copies? So the whole series we know now has sold 21.65, over 21.65. How much of that was the first game on PS2?
4.2.
7.
I'm going to go with a solid 5 mil.
Caleb, or Caleb and Cameron split this one. You'll both get a point. It's 4.6, so you're right in the middle.
I should have just, the price to write him, just do 4.2.
Lame.
So both of you are 0.4. So that one sold 4.6
Hey,
million.
Joe, guess what?
Fuck you.
copies, making it the second best-selling in the series. So keep that in mind. It's the second best-selling game in the God of War series. You got to figure out which one's the first. But what does that game have on Metacritic? Out of
First one?
100? Yeah.
83.
90.
85.
It has a 94.
Yeah.
Damn.
So Joe and Craig are now tied. So yeah, these are the worst. The worst one is in
No, we're
the
not.
80s.
I'm one up on him.
No, you got 2. He has 2.
I have 3.
He has 3.
Oh, I did not count
Yep.
yours. Well, fuck.
I'm keeping track. So is Craig. Okay.
Yeah, and so that's the second highest rated in the series. So God of War 1. God of War 2, the awesome sequel, was released when? How many years after the first one? So we know the first
2
one was
years.
released.
2008.
Okay.
2007, March 24th.
2008, March 21st.
March 13th, 2007.
Yeah,
Takes it.
bitches.
Only 11 days
Damn it.
off. And God of War 2 is actually Caleb and I's favorite God of War, I believe, still.
Yeah, it is. It's the best.
And the popular gaming website IGN named God of War 2 the best game on the PlayStation 2 at the time. It's been changed since then.
The what best game?
Yeah, what like out of a
What
number?
place?
Yeah, what place? First, second, third,
the third.
fourth. Okay.
Fifth?
Second.
Cameron has it. It's the second best
Oh,
game.
wow.
It's now like 8th because I don't know why they would change it.
Just time.
I guess yeah. They're
Yeah.
like the best one. They have a Shadow of the Colossus. So
I
was
mean,
like,
really, Schweiss, you do figure out how if something is a classic over many years. You don't figure it out the day of.
That's true. Yeah.
Sorry,
That's true.
people who think whatever.
And
Instant
it's
classic.
Had this conversation like 2 episodes into this podcast, so you can listen to the way backlog if you want to hear that.
yeah, and this game is often considered the console's swan song. So like kind of the sending off, like the best graphics, like the best one of the last games on the console. Like it really utilized a lot of what the PS2 was at the time. So shortly after we have PlayStation 2's sort of departure, the previous game's lead animator actually takes over for the role of director, which I'm pretty sure he still holds to this day. His name is Cory Barlog, and I keep reading his name as Balrog, and I'm like, man, that's such an awesome name. But it's Barlog, and so the guy who created the series initially, the David Yaffe, he stepped down as the director, and he's actually he's sort of the creative director of God of War 2. And I think he's still involved with it, but he's not
Like a creative producer, maybe, or like
Yeah,
just
something.
overall kind of.
Yeah, he just has the creative control of some sort, but he's not the overall director anymore. I guess it wasn't really for him. And God of War 2 has a lot of the same kind of style of combat as God of War 1. It's got the hack and slash. It's got the epic boss fights. But one thing they really wanted to concentrate with God of War 2, as far as gameplay is concerned, is the magic system. So God of War has... you have multiple weapons. You have spells that you can cast. And in God of War 1, the spells were okay, but God of War 2 like made it a thing where it was like, okay, you have to use the magic. The magic is now a big part of it. Because one of the things you would do is sometimes you'll find chests in the game. You'll find chests all the time, actually, but some of them will be health chests, some of them are mana chests, and then some of them are kind of like one or the other, and it toggles between the two. And one of the things God of War 2 wanted to do with the game was like make it a real decision. And I think they did a really good job on this, because when I'm playing some of these God of War games, like I might not have very much health, but I'm like, look, if I can go in there and I can nuke this next party of enemies, I can get to another health thing. So I take the magic over the health. Whereas in the first game, it wasn't really that big of a deal. Like the magic is okay, but it's not super strong, and your weapons, once you upgrade them, like totally smoke it. So they wanted to make it more of a gameplay aspect than the first game. And then, of course, they also brought in new mythological creatures, and a few of the cast members actually returned to their previous roles, and they got a new cast member to voice Zeus. The guy's name is Corey Burton, and a lot
of Corey's work on this.
Yeah, a lot of Corey's in God of War, and you may know him from the movie What, where he also voiced Zeus.
Hercules.
Hold on. Oh shit. Wrath of the Titans.
Okay.
I don't know. Fuck. Wait, is that guy in there? I have no idea.
No, Zeus is played by Liam Neeson.
Oh,
I'm pretty sure.
shit,
The
you're
Titans. Movie sucks, by the
I've never
way.
actually seen that movie.
I'm just going to go with Hercules, even though I think it's wrong.
Okay, Hercules.
I have no idea.
Also played. What other movie would Zeus be in?
Well, no, that's what I'm thinking about right now.
Wait, what year was the movie? Could you help us out with that?
It's a 90s kind of thing, I think.
Okay, so someone already got the answer to this
Yeah, I'm
question.
pretty sure it's Hercules then.
Okay, well, I'll give it to both of you. It's actually Hercules Zero to Hero, so it's that like spin-off.
Oh my
knockoff
God.
Hercules.
Oh my god.
So he played Zeus in that. So I remember hearing Zeus's voice, and I'm like, this guy does sound pretty familiar. But now I know that he was from fucking that knockoff Hercules straight to fucking VHS sequel thing that I owned and I watched actually more often than the regular one.
Wow, you had no taste.
Just because we didn't have the regular one is why.
I watched Aladdin and the 40 Thieves more than Aladdin.
I watched that a
Which, by the
lot.
way,
What are these
rewatch
fucking
those.
offshoots?
Not the right answer. to
I
that
liked the
question.
third one a lot. The
I have
Prince,
not watched any of these
That's the one I'm
offshoots.
talking about.
Oh, I watched
You
that
haven't
one
watched
a
the
lot
offshoots?
too.
No.
No. they're terrible.
Aladdin, I loved Aladdin, man. As a kid.
Aladdin is held up. I'll tell you. I know all kids have bad taste. I had to say that on the Godzilla podcast. Pissed some people off, I think. But it's true. All kids have bad
It
taste.
is. Five Goes West
Aladdin
sucks.
and the 40 Thieves is not Aladdin. It is nowhere
No.
close to
No,
Aladdin.
it's not.
Return of Jafar is solidly the worst one, though.
And see, I
To
liked
be
all
fair.
three of them.
I never saw Return of Jafar, but I did see 40 Thieves.
Oh, it's atrocious.
Yeah,
I was watching it with my nieces, and I was like, this is awful.
All I watched was the original Aladdin, and all I watched was the original Hercules.
You were
I
right.
didn't watch any of it.
You were right.
I didn't even know they
Your mom
existed
didn't.
till
Your
now.
mom refused to buy
Dude,
what
there's
went
like-
straight to VHS, and our mothers did not care about us.
Dude, there's like 4 Cinderella movies.
I have
Yeah,
no,
there's
I had no idea.
there are Tinkerbell movies.
I had no
Movies
idea.
with Tinkerbell.
Yeah.
I did watch. Oh my god! I was talking to someone on OkCupid. I had to block them, and this was why, because they thought they loved Lion King too.
Oh,
my God.
And I was like, I'm done with this girl.
I've
Yeah,
gotten into
that was the right move.
I've gotten into many arguments about Lion King 2 and also Pocahontas.
Lion King 2 is a piece of shit.
Lion
It
King
is.
2, yeah, it's
It's horrible.
Don't
Lion
let
King
your
1.5 is way
nostalgia, your
better.
childhood nostalgia, ever blind you from a shit
Lion King
movie.
2 doesn't even touch like the worst Disney movie. Like it's so bad.
It's not good. Yeah.
It's bad.
It's really bad.
Sorry, go ahead.
So anyway,
Go ahead with your God of War speech.
so God of War 2 would go on to sell how many million copies?
God of War 2?
Yeah.
Uh,
So the first one sold. Let's see, where was it?
So
4.6.
I'm going to go with 6 million.
5.8.
Okay.
8 mil.
Well, Caleb's the closest, but he's not really that close. It's 4.24 million copies. So it didn't sell quite as well as the previous
Oh,
one.
damn it. I thought it would be the highest selling one. You set it up like that.
Not yet.
Well,
Not
that's
yet.
the fucking best one. It should have sold more.
It is the best. I think it is the best God of War. And it would be our favorite. So what Metacritic score does God of War 2 have? out of 100?
96.
Okay.
97.
Fucking bastard.
95.
Joe is closest at 93. So it has a 93
What? It's
out of
1 point
100.
less than the original? That's bullshit.
Yeah, I know. I agree. I think it is total bullshit. So the God of War series would then
I'm
go
offended.
would
by
then go
that.
to the PlayStation Portable with the title with what game? What's
Chains
the
of
first-
Olympus.
Chains of Olympus. The only
Okay.
God of War that I played all the way through.
All right, I'll give it to both of you. It is God of War Chains of Olympus. They had a second one later, of course, but what does all right. What does Chains of Olympus have on Metacritic?
On Metacritic?
So this is a PSP game.
Probably like an 85.
80.
I'll go with an 83.
Cameron's closest. It has a 91.
Oh my god, for a PSP game? Wow.
It's good, but
Dude,
I don't think
one
it's
out of-
that
I
good.
think I read something somewhere where like 1 out of every like 20 PSPs have a copy of like Chains of Olympus. So, like,
Wow.
Well, that would
almost
make
everybody.
sense. It's like, yeah.
But with that being said, how many PSP copies did this game sell? How many copies of Chains of Olympus?
1.8.
2.5.
2.
Joe is the closest. It is 3.2 million.
Hey, where are we standing on points right now?
Caleb is winning. He has 6. You have 4. Cameron has 5.
Damn
That's
it.
right, bitch.
Go
Listen
down.
to Cam.
What
I have
studio?
at least 3 more questions.
What
that I can
studio
win.
developed God of War: Chains of Olympus?
Fuck if I know.
It wasn't Santa Monica. I know that.
It was not Santa Monica, no. And you can tell.
I don't know.
You can especially tell with the second one they made. It's painful.
Infogrames.
Yeah.
Infogrames.
God.
Oh, I don't know.
Infogrames has developed
I don't-
more than COD, by the way. I had computer games that were made by them. A lot of them.
I don't know who could take over. I don't know who did it.
It's the same guys who did the
Activision.
Jack. Or no, either the Jack.
Naughty Dog?
No.
No, it wouldn't have been Naughty Dog.
it's
Square
not Naughty
Enix.
Dog.
Capcom.
I don't think any of you are gonna get it. It's Ready at Dawn Studios.
Oh, I
is who
should
it
have
was.
got that. I do know them. They did.
I knew that too, but I knew that
Yeah.
because they've made some shitty versions of some great games on the
Yeah,
PSP.
they have. Yes, they have.
I think they made the Jack and Daxter Final Frontier, and I'm pretty sure they made
I never
Ratchet
played
and
that
Clank,
one.
The one on PSP, which I do not like. I think it's shit. I only played it because I wanted to beat the hog, and I could play my PSP at work. And it was not fun. And I was like, "Fuck you, Ready at Dawn.
Fuck, I should have remembered Ready at Dawn. Damn it.
God of War 3. All right, what does God of War 3 have on Metacritic?
Ooh.
All right.
This one is a 96.
Okay, Caleb, you remember the atmosphere around God of War 3?
Yeah, Final Fantasy 13. That's all I remember.
It was the week after. Yes.
95.
All right. Remember that 95 was the second highest rated in the series, or 94.
Are you counting the new one?
Yes, I am.
Okay, then it's 93.
Hey, can he change his answer?
I guess, yeah. You guys can change.
Fine. 92. Asshole.
Go fuck yourself, Joe.
Cameron?
You would have been
I said
closer
95
anyway.
before.
Yeah, Joe got it right on the money. It's 92.
Yeah.
So Caleb would have had it, but I fucked him over.
Fuck you. A piece of shit.
All right, so how many copies did...
I should get points just for knowing to change.
Hey, how many copies did... How many copies did God of War 3 sell?
God of War 3 sold. How
First
many
one
did
on the
first one?
PlayStation 3, by the way.
How many did the first one sell?
4.6 million for the first.
This is going to be an easy
5 million.
4.5.
You said 8, Cameron? 5.2 million copies. So this is the highest selling God of War. Isn't that kind of sad compared to some Final Fantasies? Like 5 million when we got like 6 Final Fantasy games that have more than that.
FF15 has 10.
Yeah. And then
You'd think
10
that
has
that God of War would have been in a flagship game for the PlayStation like that. They would use that to sell
I mean, it's
copies.
tough. Here's the thing.
Oh, they do.
I think maybe do rated M games, is it
That's
like
a big
movies
part
where
of
they sell less? And God of War ain't like
It depends on the
Bloodless
game.
Halo. It's fucking, there's a lot of shit.
It depends on the game because like stuff like Call of Duty always sells really high, and that's a rated M game.
But that's different.
It's a
though.
different type
You know
of
what?
rated M
It's
game.
more like what
There's a
parents
certain
are willing
type-
to buy 12-year-olds.
There's a certain type of rated M game that a parent is okay with.
And that's a Call of Duty game. That is not a God of War game. There are sex mini games in every single one of them. It's
true.
Awesome.
yeah.
You have to
Dude.
do them to get orders.
Oh, now I can't wait for the sex minigame in the new one.
I don't know if they're going to have one.
Why
If they don't, it's not a God of War game.
Yeah, it needs it.
Because
Why
his
would
son
they
is
admit it?
there. Like, what are you going to do? Like,
All right, you
wait here, boy.
Wait in the-
Yeah.
yeah, wait outside, boy.
yeah, some shit. I don't know. Like, what is he going to do?
He has to have one. It has to have one.
Obsession with this is weird.
There's one in every single game, and it's always hilarious.
All right.
So, shortly after that, we got the second God of War for PlayStation Portable titled Ghost of Sparta. And I did tell you guys earlier this is the second worst rated one. What does it have on Metacritic?
It's the second worst.
Yes.
Did we go over the first worst?
Not yet.
85.
Damn it.
85, okay.
80.
80, okay.
82.
Has an 86
Oh my
out
god.
of 100. So the worst game, second worst game in the
Cameron
series.
got that one.
86.
guess?
Yeah, you guessed 85.
Nice.
How many copies did this sell? This is the second PlayStation Portable. It was kind of released a little later in the PSP's lifespan. It does look considerably better than the first game, though. I was, like, extremely
1.4.
impressed. Okay.
1.5.
You're a fucking asshole.
1.3.
Yes. God, you people are bastards.
Cameron gets it with 1 point.
You fucking ass. Quit guessing my scores, you shit.
1.2 million copies sold.
We're only winning because we're taking Caleb's knowledge.
Gotta press to write that stuff, man.
Fuck you. You guys are assholes.
Yeah, so good job, Cameron. That's well done, well done. So now the last game that's been released in the series, and the last one I played and platinumed recently-ish, I think it was the beginning of this year, was God of War Ascension. So this is the last entry into the series until the newly released God of War. What do you guys think this has? on Metacritic.
You guys go first.
Remember, the 86 was the second to worst rated. So
I'll go with 82.
81.
Fuck.
83.
Oh, Cameron, you went the wrong direction. It's
Damn
an
it.
80 out of 100.
Oh, damn it.
Craig takes it. So, last one, not super well received. How many copies does this sell? It is a PS3 game. It's one of the
PS3?
last PS3 games. It is a damn good-looking PS3 game, too. I'll tell you that. It's
It does
fucking
look pretty good.
great visually.
4.5.
4.5? Okay.
2.4.
Okay.
Oh, this is tough. 2.39.
Caleb gets it right on the money. 2.4
Oh my
million copies sold for
You
God
fuck.
of War Ascension.
You should have even had us guess after that shit. Don't do
I
that.
love doing it, though. Craig does take the money. He has, what is that? 2, 3, 8 to 6 and 6. So you guys tied for second. Craig takes the 2
Yeah,
liter
bitches.
of your
Gonna
choice.
Take the 2 liter up his ass.
I've got Diet Pepsi,
But
Diet
got
Dr.
2
Pepper.
I think we both
Diet.
know I'm taking a 2.
Diet Mountain Dew. Yeah, those are the sacred ones. Good job. So God of War, as we all know, it's a big Greek mythology thing. You play a guy that's super pissed off. He kills a bunch of gods. His thing is to like overthrow the gods. The series does kind of mimic the sort of action / adventure games. Devil May Cry, I did do it first. There's a lot of things about it that are similar to Devil May Cry. We'll get into certain fight scenes and like the map will be blocked off and you can't leave, so you have to finish the fights. You have to kill the enemies.
Like certain power up modes are basically the exact same.
Yeah. They have like rage mode where you fill up a meter and you get super pissed and you deal extra damage. A lot of combos that are really good against certain enemies. There are ways to like counter spells. So like when you're fighting what are the Medusa creatures? What are those called?
They're Medusas.
Is it just a Medusa?
Or Gorgons.
Gorgons, yeah, that's right. When you fight a Gorgon, if you time it right, you can like reflect their attack and turn them to stone instead of you being turned to stone. Like the combat's ingenious. The gameplay's really fun. I think the story is pretty decent for what it is, considering it's a big action hack and slash game. The voice cast is always great. The animation is always incredible. It's a really good series, a really fun series, and I'm
Really
glad.
solid series. If the lowest score is like an offshoot and it's 80.
Yeah, that's pretty fucking good. If the lowest one is an 80, that's like a good game, and I think it is a good game, Ascension. Even though it's fucking infuriating sometimes because you can't see a goddamn thing because it's Santa Monica. These are the guys that made. These are the guys.
Did Santa
that,
Monica make Ascension?
Yeah.
Santa Monica. It's full of homeless people.
Yeah. No, there. You know what was that game you guys played? The Order. That was them.
Yeah.
That's what they do. They like to beat off in your face, and God of War Ascension is a big beat off in your face. Like the game is amazing.
Appreciate
looking.
the art.
Yeah, no, it does that, and it zooms the camera out.
Dude.
It's like, look at this Titan. Look at how impressive we made this, and I'm like, I am. I don't know where I'm at though, and I'm dying. Like that's
Yeah.
how infuriating.
God
it is.
of War is like really cinematic, and that's one of like it's a really great thing.
Yeah,
about
but in
God of
that
War.
game, they fucking go too far, and Kratos is like a little tiny little.
Oh,
dot
they
on
do
your
that in the fucking
screen.
Yeah, they fucking do that in the other ones, but you don't have to fight shit.
Yeah, they do it as like a look at this amazing cutscene, but now it's like fight your way through as a tiny little
As
one.
a tiny little speck, as
Yeah,
your guy is like miles off from the camera.
You're one dot on your stupid little TV, and it's like, oh man, I can't see shit. Yeah, so that's why it's got an 80s because it's an asshole. It also has a multiplayer mode, which was interestingly tied into the main story. There's a part where you're Kratos and you like break out of a prison that you're being held in, and like you help this other guy like break out, and like that guy you see him for a second, then he like goes off and does his own thing, and that's the multiplayer guy. So like when you start the multiplayer out, which I of course did to get the one trophy, just to like launch the multiplayer mode.
Oh, was it just to launch it?
Yeah, you don't
Were
have
people
to.
still playing it?
No,
Oh,
no one. I
okay.
don't even know if the servers are still a thing. But you can still get the trophy, so the platinum isn't unachievable at this time. But the problem is if you don't have that as a download, you have to pay $5. for the multiplayer expansion. So it was almost a $5
you're
trophy.
lucky that I have that downloaded. Then
I am, yeah.
Yeah.
And you know what I had to do? Because the thing was there were too many accounts assigned to. There were too many Caleb Craig accounts out there. So like when I tried to sign into Craig's account on Alex's PS3, because her PS3 had room to download the full game onto it, and mine doesn't. I've bare bones my PS3, and I don't have the space for it. I just don't. Because I'm not getting rid of Call of Duty Classic until I finish that stupid fucking game, which will
I've
never
given
happen.
up on that plat. Yeah,
Unless there's a way to cheat it. There's a glitch that you can get the plat.
I know there is, but I want to do it right, and I don't want to play that game twice.
I know. I don't either. I don't want to play it ever. But so I didn't have room on my PS3, so I go up to Alex's. I sign in under Caleb, and it's like, oh, you need to go remove a device. You have too many devices associated with this account. So what I ended up having to do was borrow Jake's physical copy of it and then download Caleb's multiplayer
pass?
pack. Yeah.
Oh my gosh!
So it didn't take up any space on my PS3, and I ended up doing it that way. So it was kind of a weird workaround. I was like, what am I going to do? And then Jake messages me, and he's like, yeah, I have a physical copy of Ascension. I'm like, oh, shit, I could totally get away with it then. But then I was worried. I was like, shit, what if I downloaded the multiplayer pass too many times? Like, oh, man, I have to pay $5 for the stupid bronze trophy. But I got away with it. So it's a great series, though. I think it kind of brings a lot of things from Devil May Cry and other adventure games, and I think it almost perfects it. But to be completely honest, when I played DMC, I decided that wasn't the case. DMC was the perfect version.
Yeah, DMC is like fucking crazy.
And I haven't played Bayonetta yet, although I hear the PS3 version of Bayonetta is kind of trash. So if I play Bayonetta, I'm going to have to get it on the Switch.
Yeah.
The Wii U or the Wii U, but
get
I don't have
Bayonetta
it.
2. Comes with the first one.
Oh, does it really?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, that's worth it for $60 then.
Yeah.
That's not bad.
Also, you should play Castlevania Lords of Shadow.
Yeah, I know. It's somewhere in this house. You loaned it to me. Yeah. Is that a hack and slash kind of thing too? Mm-hmm. And then Dante's Inferno.
It's basically like DMC and God of War.
There was a point in time when like Darksiders and like Dante's Inferno and all these other like Devil May Cry, God of War knockoffs were coming out, and it was like store brand.
They're fun.
It was store brand in my eyes. It was like
They're like
tastes
they are,
but you know it's not as good.
Yeah, the other ones are lesser.
It's got the same active ingredients.
Yeah, same
Yeah.
active ingredient, but I know I'm being cheap here, so yeah. But it's a good series. I'm excited to play the newest one and get the.
Yeah,
platinum in
I
that.
want it so bad.
Why haven't you started it, Craig? You have.
Because
What's your reasoning? I mean, I know.
I want to play through Catherine before I do it.
He's still dealing with butt chugger at home.
Oh, yeah, that too.
I mostly just want to play through Catherine.
So it sucks because I wanted to go into the story and the lore of God of War, but I don't want to ruin it for you guys. And I hope once you play this new one, you'll want to play the old ones, even though the combat. I'm pretty positive
it's
it's
gonna be
not going to
pretty
be the
different.
same. It's
Yeah.
going to be more of like a Dark Souls kind of, with a little bit of Last of Us. Probably not as difficult, but I feel like it's going to be more of that style, or like a Devil May Cry 1.
But you have
I
no
feel
idea because
like-
you haven't played it.
No, I have no clue.
I feel like the feel is going to be more closer to like Hellblade.
Hellblade, yeah, something like that.
Because
Where
it's an over the shoulder like hack and slash like
Yeah.
Hellblade is. So I have a
that's
feeling
why I
it's
went
gonna be more
Dark Souls,
like that.
but I don't think it's going to be nearly as in depth
No.
because it's not a fuck face.
Yeah.
Okay.
So yeah, looking forward to it.
Awesome. Well, I think that's probably going to be everything for this week. Talked a lot about games. Stayed on topic most of the episode. Way to go, guys.
Yeah,
You can.
we could get fat. I don't know if we have time though,
We got time. We got time for fat.
because it is the off week.
Yeah, I'm. My shit's not going that well with Mr. Fat.
With Mr. Fat.
Yeah, I've
That
been.
should be our mod or our like our. What am I thinking? Our mascot, Mr. Fat.
Yeah, I've been.
The mascot is a fucking hog.
I mean, he's called. We'll name him Mr. Fat. How about that? PHAT, of course.
I've had the same weight for weeks now, and it's not going down for some reason. I've been on diet most of the time, but I've slipped up every once in a while. I think that's screwing me over. And also, like, I've been
Takes so long to
I've
get
been
back
drinking
into
a
ketosis.
lot of soda, and I'm thinking I might have to cut back on the soda. I stopped drinking energy drinks as well, so maybe it's like the lack of caffeine is also like maybe caffeine was helping me lose weight. I have no idea.
Maybe.
But yeah, I've been doing that and been keeping up on Godzilla. Not been keeping up on my blog posts, even though that wasn't a goal of mine.
I need to do that.
But that was one of
And
my
that is a goal
things.
for me.
That was one of my things. Like I wanted to do the nude clan things, but otherwise, I guess I'm doing okay. With
Writing your
without
scripts.
the actual
What-
fat
did you,
part.
Did you have a script thing as a goal?
I did. I said 8 screenplays, and it looks like it's probably going to be two screenplays
For the whole year?
for the whole year.
Oh.
It's just
I still need to read your newest.
my newest
sent me.
draft.
Yeah.
I have heard the people who I've sent it to that have gotten back to me all liked it, which is unusual. So, especially from Timo. Timo actually liked it. He hates my shit. So,
All right, well, we'll see when I read it.
yeah. It's 35 pages shorter than when you saw
Yeah,
it.
I noticed. I saw that when I opened it, and I was like, nice.
See, I printed them all out. I printed out every draft. So I had the first, second, and third draft, and they all got shorter every time. It's like the first one is just like this hefty beast.
Oh,
And
yeah,
then the third one's
it was
like,
a beast
oh,
to
this
read.
is like a nice little, flyby. It's a short little thing. It needed to be trimmed though, so. And also, I think it improved quite a bit. But yeah, so that's sort of my deal, though. I'm just trying to write. So, how are your goals going? Do you want me to pull out the paper that has the goals on it?
Yeah, I only remember a few.
Well, how's the weight?
The weight is it's okay-ish. I mean, I lost another 5 pounds, but
Okay.
I mean, I fluctuate like 15 pounds.
Oh, I get you. I used to do that.
I'm a fat ass, so like 15 pounds is
Not
like
doing it
nothing to
anymore.
lose. So yeah, I lost another 5 pounds. Yeah,
Awesome.
so that's going okay-ish.
How are the blog posts?
Blog posts, I have many ideas that I have been like, I just need to.
God damn it, people!
Okay, so I was like, oh yeah, okay, I have an idea for that, and then I'm like, and then I go to do it, and then I'm like, I just don't feel like it right now. So I haven't done it.
Oh, Jesus.
I know. I need to just actually do that, and then not be a cam.
Yeah,
Be a
12
cam.
nonfiction books.
I am like 3 in.
3
so,
in. Okay, that's not bad.
Yeah, I'm not. I'm
A
not
little
too far
behind, but it's not bad.
Yeah.
Yeah, your other one was 12 blog posts, so horrible. You're doing horrible. at that
Horrible,
one?
horrible
Okay.
on the blog post.
All
Not
right.
too bad on the
Okay,
reading.
Cameron's like 90 blog posts behind, as far as I can tell.
Yeah, yeah.
Gonna stay that way.
Cameron is supposed to finish a series of
Gonna
comic books.
double up.
Are we already on my goals?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm still where I was last time when I read the comic books, but that's fine because there's a finite amount. On normal books, though, I've finished 2 books since I last checked in.
Nice.
I read 11/22/63 and The Girl with the Dragon Tattoo.
Oh, how'd you like that? Have
I
you seen the
actually
movie?
have not seen the movie, but I actually really enjoyed the book.
Both movies are really good.
Yeah, you should
the
watch
Swedish one
you
and
should
the
watch
American
the
one.
Swedish one first.
Okay.
They're both great, though.
Yeah.
They're both kind of different types of movies.
Yeah, they are.
I don't know how the book is, so you'll have to tell me like what's more appropriate. But the Swedish movie is a mystery. It's a mystery movie.
Mystery thriller type thing.
It
Well,
has-
that's what the
yeah.
book is. The book
But
is a
the-
mystery thriller.
The David Fincher one is a straight thriller. It's
Yeah,
not
it's
so
more
much mystery
action.
there.
Yeah.
No.
There's nothing
The
being
book is
solved.
straight up a mystery thriller.
Oh,
yeah.
I
You'll
have
have to
heard
tell
that
me
the,
which one
I
you
have
like
heard
better.
the Swedish one is like closer to the book.
Yeah, maybe. Anyway, they're both great movies.
Yeah.
Just like it's great to see like 2 great filmmakers do the same movie and like or same material and like let's just see how good they
It's,
can
like,
both
way
do
different, yeah.
and have it be like totally
Totally
different
movies.
experiences almost. Except for they both have the scene.
Yeah.
And it's really gruesome
yeah.
at both
Oh,
of them.
I
You know
know
what we're talking
I
about?
know. I read the book. I know what you're talking about.
You've seen it, Schweiss?
Oh yeah,
Yeah, okay.
only the American one, but
Swedish one.
So how many books total you got?
Oh, that puts me at
I don't know.
4 books so
4
far,
books?
and I'm already halfway through my 5th book.
Okay, so you need about 4 more books at this time.
Yeah, I'm just doing short books now. I'm doing
Okay.
the Stephen Hawking book right now,
Okay.
A Brief History of Time.
How is that?
It's
doesn't
going
sound like
along.
it'd be very brief.
It's a brief book.
Is it? How
I
many
watched
pages?
The doc
Or how long?
on that book, and I was like, I don't get half of this.
I don't understand.
So far, he's just
get it.
going through he's going through a brief history of how we've come to know what we know now. So right now, we're kind of talking about how there were hypothesizing how light should work and whether or not there was something, a substance called ether that the light had to go through, just basically now we're on to Albert Einstein's his theory of relativity and whatnot, whereas time or the speed of light is the constant, and
Nice.
yeah. So
Well, I'm going to pretend like I understand any of that. $2,500 in savings, which you wanted to increase.
I do want to increase, but I'll have to revisit that at a later date.
All right. Schweiss, you're last here. 170 pounds.
Nope.
Okay. 24 books.
I think I have 5 right now. It's pure Audible, but
Okay, you should be at 8 right now.
Are you going to the 2 books a month Audible?
I think I'm gonna have to because I finished this last one like 13 days early, and it was like a 33-hour book.
Dude, I'm telling you, get the fucking Sherlock Holmes.
I don't want.
It's like 9 books,
Don't be
72 hours.
There's only one book
one
in there.
credit.
Short. Those are short stories, man.
Eh,
There's only one book, and that's Hound of the Baskervilles is the only
multiple
book.
that one was just as long as the other ones, really.
That's not true. That's not true at all.
Yeah, dude.
Yeah,
It wasn't-
I've read a few Sherlock Holmes. I know they're not.
I've
as
read
long
all
as
of
Hound of
them.
the Baskervilles. Don't even give me that
So.
crap. Okay, beat games you buy.
Well, I haven't beat God of War yet, so I'm failing
Okay,
that,
so
I
you're
suppose.
failing right now.
Well,
All right, all right.
it's
You're failure.
It's now going to be the thing, so he has to play it.
True, yeah, true.
Okay.
And he just barely bought it like yesterday.
12 platinum trophies.
I think I have 3 still, so I'm a little bit behind on the plats,
But
but I
you're not
hope
doing
to
too
get
bad.
one with the God of War.
15 grand towards principal of your house.
I'm there, on track to be there.
Okay,
So I have just under 5 right now.
it's pretty
which
great.
is a lot. Yeah, it's been a lot of money, but I'm gonna do a big ass one this time too. I think I'm gonna do 3,000 this month.
Are you guys considering moving?
No, why?
No? Okay.
Are you
Well,
thinking?
I'll tell you, because Alex was talking about a dog, and I was like, how the fuck are they going to fit a dog in this
we're
house?
not, and that's why we're not gonna get one.
Okay.
She just really likes dogs, and I'm like, no.
Okay. I was like, you don't have a big enough house for a dog. There's no yard.
If
No.
you ever have plans to expand your family, you might want more rooms.
Oh, I know.
So
Yeah. Yeah.
I know.
Let's tell him what to do with his life. I was just asking a question. So 15 grand towards principal. Write a feature-length El Husk screenplay.
I'm just as far along as I was last time, which
Jesus
is
Christ.
not at all.
So you're never going to write it.
Maybe. Who knows?
Yeah, that's how
We
writing
know.
goals don't get done. Is going, I might write it.
It may happen.
It may happen.
It'll be a great movie when it does, or a great script when it does.
Okay, all right.
Yeah.
Yeah,
You're going to actually write it in script format?
I'll have to. Yeah, if it's going to be a script.
Okay.
All right. Well, that's it for getting fat. Obviously, we're doing okay. I think okay.
Yeah, okay.
Okay.
Yeah.
Some people aren't writing blog posts
Yep.
still.
Yep.
I mean, at this rate, it's like it's a blog post a day. You still got like a month, and it'll take you. Anyway, I think that's going to be it for today, guys. Thanks for joining us. NudeClient.net is where you can get the show, as well as wherever you get your podcasts. I guess if you don't already know where to get them because you're fucking listening to it right now. So I feel like, why do people say that on podcasts? Like, you can find us wherever you get your podcasts, like right here.
Yeah,
We're
like
on.
the thing that you just downloaded.
But you can comment on the episodes via nudeclient.net. We really appreciate that. You can also go to the forums and ask your questions there. And
You can also tweet with NudeClanQ.
Yep, hashtag NudeClanQ. And that's Q, just the letter, not QUEUE or whatever the fuck it is. You can tweet me at Joseph DeGillier.
Me at Obsidian Ba.
me at Nude Clan Cam.
Me at UFF Podcast.
And you can tweet the show at Nude Clan Podcast. I finally finished the second generation of consoles, doing the Nude Clan console wars. And the Atari 2600 has taken the second generation of consoles, which is a fucking huge generation of consoles, by the way. There's like 1 million consoles released in the second generation. This was a multi-week. Sometimes I'd forget to put up tweets, but there's a multi-week excursion here. So the first generation winner was Pong. Second generation winner was Atari 2600. So in a year and a half from now, you can think, what's better, Pong or the Atari 2600? And we can finally see who or what is the greatest console of all time. If you want to support the show, you can go to fuck you. You can go to the Patreon. It's Super NES Patreon, and you can support the show there. You can also support us via our PayPal button on our site, and Audible Trial /Nude Clan is also a great place to go if you feel like joining us on the old educating the noggin. Or
I'm
just
all about
whatever.
it.
Yeah,
I'm all about the Audible now.
welcome. You've converted.
I have so many fucking hours of just listening to machine sounds. If I don't listen to a book, then I'm going to get at least 2 books a month from now on. And the last one was Under the Dome, another Stephen King book.
I thought about grabbing that one.
It's good. It's the Raul Esparza is great at narrating. He's also pretty good in that Law and Order show, but I don't think he's in it anymore. I think he quit. It's great, dude.
What other plugs? Our other shows, Ultima Final Fantasy, Puff Puff Hour, the Godzilla podcast, if you want to hear me talk about movies, and a new one.
Yeah, For a Few Chickens More, a song of Schweiss and Johnson.
For
the Game of Thrones podcast.
For a Few Chickens
I thought you were
More.
going to add like another thing to its title.
I will, jokingly.
A Game of Thrones podcast, a retrospective upon
Yeah, dude, you should
the
like
television
every
show
week
from
just like
HBO.
keep going until like it takes you 20 minutes.
You
to say
know,
the fucking title.
I that is what it's named on iTunes. It's For a Few Chickens More hyphen a song of Schweiss and Johnson a Game of Thrones podcast.
Beautiful.
Yeah, and next week I'm going to change it to Sansa's Wedding Night. For a Few Chickens More, a song of Schweiss and Johnson, a Game of Thrones podcast. Yeah.
Oh God.
There are some great names out there, though. I found one that was called like Oysters, Clams, and Cockles. It was a Game of Thrones podcast, and I was like, nice, that's good. I didn't listen to it, but I just saw the name.
All right.
So many.
We're done here. We'll see you guys next week.
Enjoy the nude.
May the list go on.
Live always in the nude.
Fuck off. Off. Off.
Yeah!